Steve's gone around the
They're
outside.
both gone deep.
Oh, he's lost it. Five wide.
Oh no.
No, you can't do that. Oh, and he's around. Big crash.
Around.
Oh, Dali's gone into him. He's going to go for the move. He's going to go for the move. Back at him. Oh, the Tino's gone. He's thrown it away at last. The Tino's gone for a massive dive. And unfortunately, it's
Oh my god.
Brunswick. Oh, there's a huge crash off the start line. Absolutely monumental. This is going to be a safety car. Oh,
that's just
on the curve. And he's rolled his car. He's going to have carnage. It's a big moment from there. He's going to struggle to stop that. He's in the wall.
That's out.
Two do not like one another.
And yeah, I can see why.
Shut the back, a big crash. Alex Cattle's in the fence. It's around. There is 3 words.
Seeing white cubes while you're racing a race car, you either haven't got the mod installed or you're on some very good drugs.
And we're back live here for the final time for 2021, and we're at Mount Panorama where we started the season for round 7 of the Automobilista Supercars Super 2 Championship. And I've got my colleague, co-admin and good friend alongside me once again, and Colin. How are you, mate?
I'm swell. How are you, mate?
Oh yeah, I'm hyped. We get to watch racing at the mountain again, so that's always a good time. I unfortunately didn't get to attend here in real life, but I know that you did. But I had a lot of time watching it in front of the TV.
Yeah, no, it's very good. I was fortunate enough to be there for the full week, so yeah, no, that was good. Good to be there and good to see it virtually again.
Yeah, so we've got 2 races tonight, an 8-lapper and a 16-lapper, which I believe will be a pit stop race, and we've got 2 championships to decide.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. There's not a CPS involved in the race, but we'll see how the guys go with tyres, so might be an interesting end to the race. But yeah, let's see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, and I think that that is the case too. And I'll just get the point situation up just for everybody who's playing at home to have a look at before we go into qualifying. So here is the Super 2 standings, and Corey Macfarlane has almost an unassailable lead at the moment. I believe he needs to finish 11th or better in one of these races tonight, under the assumption that Hans wins both races to lock up the title. So it's not a lot for him to do.
Yeah, no, it's been quite a dominant display from Corey. Kind of slipped under the radar, probably thinking that he was Super 2, but we get that from year to year where we get a standout driver that just happens to slip through, and yeah, he's a deserving champion, but yeah, he's very, very quick, and he'll be joining the main series next year, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And like at the start of the year, he was, he won a race in the first round, but he's been pretty close with the other competitors. But last week, and even the pace scene in practice tonight, he's gone out and he's absolutely destroyed everybody. Basically, it's going to take some horrible misfortune for him not to win the championship or win both races tonight, I'd suggest. So, but as for the rest of the championship, it's been an impressive display by Hans, and he's pretty much got P2 locked up unless he has misfortune. But the battle to watch, I think, P3, we've got Wedding, Ricardo and Burke all within 11 points, and really whoever beats who is going to finish above each other in the championship. So that definitely makes it really, really exciting.
Yeah, that's right. It's good to see, rounding out the year that the points are very close and that we can have these kinds of battles in the last round. It makes it exciting and really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and also, I mean, these are the guys up here on the standings at the top here are all the guys that have shown that they're turning up every round of the series and that they're participating and they're putting in the effort to get the results. So, you know, we thank everybody that's rocked up and, you know, put the effort in as well.
Yeah, for sure.
We're about to go into qualifying, but I'm just going to sneak a look at Super 3 as well. We don't have too many of our Super 3 drivers in here. I think we've only got 3 of them, but we've got Benjamin Rhodes, who leads by, it's 54 points over Akklaimbyte, who has not joined us yet, and Dodger, who also has not joined us yet, and they're the only people that can beat him in this title tonight, and that's still a fairly close one, depending on what happens.
Yeah, hopefully those guys can make an appearance shortly and get involved so we can get a bit of a championship fight. Yeah, I think Rhodey's been pretty good this year in the Super 3 series, and if he does get there, he's a deserving champion.
Yeah, definitely. He's driven fairly well and fairly consistent, and he has been the most consistent out of all the runners in Super 3, and it's, you know, Akklaimbyte's been strong at certain tracks and not at others, and I mean he's just been the accumulator in Super 3. He's finished every single race, and that's impressive for anyone who knows how far Dodger's come from back when he started with us in 2019. So, and then yeah, pretty much everyone else in the field either has missed races or has had many retirements. So yeah, those 3 at the top there are deserving 1, 2, 3 really. They've been the consistent drivers in the series.
Yeah, most definitely, that's for sure.
So we've got qualifying underway, and we've got cars now about to leave the pit lane.
Yeah, nothing better than a Bathurst qualifying session.
The Cam Parrot's the first car out on track. Looking forward to an entertaining session, although I'm having a slight feeling that we know who the pole sitter's going to be. But you never know, someone might surprise us. Obviously a number of these guys are racing in the 1000, so the race pace and their quali pace could be different than what we've seen, you know, people practicing on different fuel loads and all the rest of it.
Yeah, that's right, and you know, Bathurst is all about being consistent and not necessarily being the fastest driver, but if you can consistently do a lap time that's, you know, quick enough to be running at the front, but do it lap after lap after lap, you're definitely in the running for a victory, or if not podium.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a track where it's very easy to make a mistake at as well, and you see it in real life, and you see it in the sim, that small mistake over the top and it's race ending. So we hope that no one has any mistakes like that tonight, but you can't say that it won't happen. It's definitely one of those places where it's a possibility.
It's a great part of the circuit, the chase. Glad that was added back in '87.
Yeah, it's one of the few times where adding a chicane to a track really adds something. You know, it adds a passing opportunity, it adds a braking zone, it's a difficult corner. And, you know, it's an easy place to mess up your lap after a perfect lap. But here we go, Cam Parrott is starting his lap. He's coming into turn 1 L corner. I personally...
Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I personally find these 2 corners at the bottom of the hill 2 of the most difficult corners on the track, because you need to get them perfectly right for the runs up the straight, and I always seem to mess them up.
Yeah, those 2 corners, Murray's and L corner, probably the hardest corners. They seem simple on paper, but that's where a lot of lap time can go begging if you get it wrong. Why even just braking 5 metres later than what you meant to, or anything like that, and the lap time's just out the window.
Yeah, exactly right. I just saw there Cam Parrott, he ran wide at turn 2, and that he's gone over the camber of the road, so he lost time through there. Snagged drag the ball a little bit. So he's done a 52.4 to the first sector. Not too bad. I'm keeping an eye on some of our other drivers. And this is really the part of the track that sets this track apart from every other racetrack in the world. It's just, there's no other way to describe it.
Yeah, the top of the mountain's very special. You know, from Reed Park to McPhillamy and right through, it's just crazy bit of racetrack. The speeds that they can do through there, you just, yeah, wow.
And speaking of Corey, I've got a replay to show everybody. Just gonna. Oh, I've hit the wrong button. Corey was on a lap and he's made a mistake coming out of.
Oh.
He's dug in and he's turned left instantly and he's hard into the wall, so he's aborted that attempt, and that just goes straight back to what we were just saying, that anything can happen at this place. So.
Definitely. That's a big moment there for Corey. Hopefully he can get back out and get a lap in, but
hopefully.
Hopefully not, because it'll be interesting to see him come from the back.
It would be, but I'm not going to wish misfortune on him. But Cam Parrott's done a 7.8 while that was happening, so he's the first marker on the board. Dane Licato's out there, he's on a lap as well. He's 4/10 up on that number. So is Brendan Ross, as he's gone to a 7.3. But as we've just seen, very easy to make a mistake, and he's very lucky this is one of these 10-minute qualifying sessions and not a 5-minute, or that would be day done.
Yeah, session done, that was 5 minutes. Turned in at the last corner.
6. That's an impressive
Lap time,
time
yeah.
from Ricardo. Following Corey again. I think he's on an outlap at the minute. Keeping an eye on who's
Pushing for an outlap.
He is pushing if it's an outlap. It's not got any timing up, so. It's actually Stenny currently on pole in the Super 3 category. 2:12, so.
Yeah, recently had surgery, mate.
Yeah, he did. A lot of people don't actually really know about that. I'll get him up on the screen. Yeah, my old man. He had surgery done on his neck about 3 or 4 days after the last Super 2 race. Hasn't been able to drive in real life. He hasn't been able to do much at all except sit down. And yeah, yesterday was his first drive on the sim after a fair while off. And yeah, he drove a road car for the first couple of days as well. So. It's been a big recovery job, and it's good to see him back out there. But he's on very light duties tonight. He told me he's just taking it easy, but we'll see how he goes. He's done an okay number.
Yeah, for light duties at the moment, he's got pole in his class, so maybe he should do light duties more often.
Yeah, may possibly, but yeah. His first lap back was a 2:18 yesterday, and he was having a bit of a laugh at me about how slow that was. But I was just like, mate, the fact that you're even out there having a go after what you've had done, and I know that you've barely been able to do anything until only a couple of days ago, it's pretty impressive. So
He should improve on this lap too.
he's looking good. As we've got Corey, he's half a second up. Dane in the first sector.
Oh, he's turned it in really early.
Flick to Corey. Macfarlane. Look at the split. He was half a second up to the first sector, and he's gained 1.3 over the top.
Looking like a 204 land. We're in 204 land in Super 2.
I mean, that basically says all that needs to be said about the fact that he's not really a Super 2 driver here, but...
Car looks good.
Yeah, it looks pretty switched on. I mean, I'm got the pleasure of driving with this guy in Saturday's big race. He's done a 4-4.
4-4. That's a big lap.
We get the Super 2 winner and the main series winner together. Didn't have a co-driver, and I've had a handful of people approach me, and I thank them for that. Yeah, I decided to give young Corey the gig. It's been impressive in this series and in main game, so...
Yeah, you guys are definitely going to be contenders for sure for the 1000. Yeah, I haven't really had a discussion with Ethan yet, but I think you guys, or anyone really in the race can win it, but yeah, the danger cars are definitely you guys, Dylan and Rosella as well. Should be very pacey to be on the main game.
Biggest Clay Jones improves to a 9.8. If anybody is watching and they're interested in running in the 1000, we've still got some entries available. All kicks off Friday night with the top 10 shootout, and yes, Lockie, you can jump into the server late. Great, tonight. But yeah, top 10 shootout kicks off on Friday night, and then I think 11:40 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday we're going live for the 161 laps. So if anyone's keen, wants to have a go, knows someone to have a go with, even if you don't know someone to have a go with and you want to have a go, we'll message us and we'll sort you out and try and hook you up with somebody. We'd like to see as many people give it a crack as they can, and you know, it's a good event and the broadcast is going to be absolutely unreal. Those guys, I know they're going above and beyond again this year with the content that they're producing. So Michael Zalavari, Floodman, Alistair Smith, Liam Harrison, I'm forgetting all their names, but those guys, they do a fantastic job, and they'll be back again on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, fantastic's an understatement. Can't thank those guys enough every year. They do a fantastic job.
I'm just seeing what's going on. We've still got some cars on track. We've got Kai Jones on the lap still. Cam Harris on the lap. Nathan Higginson's on the lap.
We have a few latecomers coming in. Nice. That was messy.
Spun, yeah, that was messy. So, both those guys that's finished their laps. I got a question asked to me in the middle of that. So, talking to Colin about strategy. We've got Nathan Higginson, he's crossing the line. Noticed a few drivers haven't yet to set a lap as well. Hans Brunswick has not set a time. Neither has Lewis Wedding. Neither is Jordan DeSantis, neither is Michael Pollard or Lachlan Burks. We've got a lot of people starting this race from the back of the field. I think that's everybody who's going in qualifying now. That's having a go. So, yeah, we've only had 9 of the 14 cars qualify, so it's a bit strange.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very hard for anyone to beat Corey tonight in this race. It is what it is, but I'm hoping we get a good show regardless. So we now have the 2-minute warm-up.
Yeah, just a quick fire 2 minutes. To get fresh.
Nice shakedown of the car, have a break, whatever you feel like you need to do. So this 8 laps. 8 laps is the shortest distance that I think we've run in a race at Mount Panorama ever in the history of ASC. I'd go as far to say, because I'm pretty sure every time we've run Super 2 here, it's either been a long race or it's been at least 10 laps. So this is, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It is a all-out sprint. Interesting, actually. We did 24 laps back in February. We're doing 24 laps again tonight, but that was 2 12-lappers, and this is 8 and 16, so same distance, but slightly different format.
Yeah, it should be good. Pumped for the races.
Back in February, we saw, I think it was Corey. I've got to have a look. I think it was Corey Macfarlane and I'm trying to remember who won the other race. I think it was Hayden Warrington. Way back then. It feels like a decade ago. But on this night of reflection of the last 7 rounds. No, it was Lachlan Burke, sorry, he won the race. Second race. So I mean, Super 2 Series really tells a tale of how it's gone when you look at the wins. It's 10 wins to Corey, 5 to Lachlan Burke and 1 to Hans Brunswick. So Lockie Burke has had some unfortunate luck and not really the consistency that's been required to win the championship, and no one else has really stood up and been able to take wins off Corey Macfarlane.
Yeah, that's right. Been in a league of his own.
He really has been since the mid part of the season. He's just taken off and destroyed everybody. And here we are, we're going to race. So we had Ben Hall join us right at the last minute as well. So we're going to have a 15 car field for this first one. So I'm just having a small issue on the broadcast side. It's Kai Jones with the Super 3 pole.
Yeah, good effort there.
Came sort of last minute. Actually kind of cool, we've got all the winners of Super 3 races. Oh, sorry, except Akklaimbyte, who's not here tonight. We've got them all here with us.
Light this candle.
So I'll let you go for the grid for this first one. Why not?
Sounds good, mate.
You take it away.
So on pole, dominating display once again. Got Corey Macfarlane. In second place, Dane Licata, the ERT from third place. We have Brendan Ross. Fourth place. We have Cam Parrott. Good effort there for Cam to be in the top 5. That's really good.
It is really good.
P5 is Higo, another one who's done a good job qualifying. P6 is Cuz. P7 is Kai Jones. So P1 was P8 is Stenberg, who's actually just hit the wall.
Yeah.
So hopefully that car's alright after that.
He's got up on the curb and had a move.
Nice.
That's bit odd. I don't think you
P9 is Rhodey. P10 P11 is Lockie Bird. Coming from P11, that should be Michelle. P12 is Sweaty. P13 Michael Pollard. P14 Hans. 4 qualifying from Hans.
Yeah, none of these guys have qualified.
Yeah, it's a strange one there.
Everyone from P10 back has not qualified, so hence the lowly grid positions. So unfortunately, it looks like the Super 3 title is going to be decided without the other two contenders in the race. It's unfortunate. I know that the Akklaimbyte and Dodge are WA boys and they've been struggling to get home from work. So it's unfortunate that they've missed out on a chance at the title, but and also hi to Steve in the chat. I know he's had a misfortunate game issue tonight and he's had to sit out as well, so scene is set for a good night of racing.
Certainly is, mate. Second last race. Super 2.
There's a lot of Ultimate 9 cars in this race. You really see it when you see the grid go around.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And a lot of them towards the back tonight. Start of this one. That's going to make it really interesting because those guys are definitely going to come through the field in a mad hurry.
Get ready.
Scene is set.
Green flag, green
We're
flag.
underway here for Super 2 and it's been a good jump from Dane Liccardo and also from Brendan Ross. He's going to make it 3 wide and Dane Liccardo is going to go through and take the lead into turn 1. And they're, oh, we've got a car off in the background, that's Ben Hall.
Oh.
Partnership with Corey really did not start there, but he's been the benefactor of all this 3 wide skirmishing that's going on. Oh, he goes in the fence. Been a lively start to this one. They go sideways side through the cutting. And that's Lachlan Burke. He started all the way back in 11th, so he's already up to 5th. Same with Lewis Redding, who started 5 positions back, so they've been big gainers at the start here. Cuz was involved in an incident there at the start as well because he's dropped right back to the back.
Yeah, I wonder what's happened there to Cuz.
goes down the inside, and he's going to come up to P4. It's good performance by both these guys here, Parrott and Higginson. They're normally guys you expect to see a little bit further back, and they're fighting, well, for the last spot on the podium here at the minute. And it's still going to carry on. Up the front, Dane Mikado, he's got 1 second lead over Corey Macfarlane, who still managed to maintain that.
It's wide there.
Oh!
Oh, he's hit the wall.
There's contact. And that's going to cause a battle to go on now behind. We've got the 2 of the 9 cars in here. Lachlan Burke's going to throw it up the inside. He's got it done, but he's got it very sideways. Oh!
Oh, will he hang on to it?
He has somehow hung onto it and saved it. But this has been live to start already. So I've got to give credit where credit's due. I flicked away from that and then I flicked back because I just saw the big loose that Cam Parrott had on the exit of the dipper. I was going to say I'm impressed here at the front. Dane Mikado, given away, and he's been able to maintain this gap so far to Corey Macfarlane. But back here, the drafting continues and we're going to have 2 side-by-side moments. Wedding's got past Parrott. Higginson and Ross continue to race one another.
Racing.
It's very good racing. It's very close.
Been smoke in front of these.
Yeah, I saw the smoke too, but I'm not sure who it's from. It wasn't the leaders, so I'm a bit unsure there. Higginson's gone defensive here. Ross is going to try go back the other way.
Great run.
And he's got a good run, and now he's got himself the inside. Now he's played Higo there. He's jinked to the outside and then gone to the inside after Higo's moved, and he's going to have the inside for down here. Oh, he's locked up. He hasn't gone in deep enough. Or has he? Higo's overrun it a bit, and in the background, Lockie Burke's put it into the fence.
Well, they're still side by side.
He's going to swing around the outside. He's got, has he? No, he's coming back at him, but he's got sideways there, but a terrible run. Incredible. Incredible racing, and Lachlan Burke's now dropped all the way back to the back of the screen.
Oh, that's sideways on entry.
Notice that both Jordan DeSantis is in the sand trap at turn 1. As I'm going to go back to Higo, he's having a big loose, and Rhodey is in the pits, and he is currently P15 and almost a lap down. Something's happening to him and happened to Jordan, I'm not 100% sure.
Tyres will be starting to come into effect now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Overheated tyres, maybe. Oh, that was a big tyre from Lewis.
Just trying to get a replay of an incident that's happened at the top of the mountain with Rhodey. So I'm just going to switch over to my other screen. I know we're watching something exciting, but this was last lap, we've had Rhodey going to the fence hard here.
Oh!
It's right in the front of the car, and I'll switch back to live pictures, but I'll get you more replays because there's been more stuff go on after that. We get a bit of a lull off the... Yeah, this is too exciting to walk away from, you know? Rocky Burke all over the back of Higo. Dane's still holding on now for the lead. It's impressive so far. Surprised Higo's been able to hold on to this spot for so long. Rocky has been very aggressive.
Yeah, Higo's car's been out of control, but he's been driving pretty good.
He's somehow going quickly with it, but even though it's out of control everywhere, it's not with tyres, but...
Now I've had a peek out.
First on the run, I'd say this will be the deciding factor, but who knows? Higo is a master of defending. Oh, he's got a big lose over the curb. Burke hasn't gone deep enough and he's not going to get the spot. Corey's been the fastest up in the race. We're going to have a battle for the lead very shortly. Oh, if he gets a big lose, that's decided that spot, and then there's going to be a battle here between Hans and Higo. Oh, he's gone in way too deep there. Somehow he's got it done. Oh, he's in the fence.
Oh!
And he's still come on the track right next to him. But I'd say that's going to be Orchard Road.
He might have a dive here.
He might have a dive here.
Barrett's got a massive run.
He has.
Oh no.
Oh, he's had a big dive. And he's down there. He's got it done, but he's going to get the over under his hands. He's going to drive back past him. So.
Oh man. Barrett had a big sideways moment on there.
This is good racing. Back, I'm going to show you something from lap 3 of the race. We've had this happen on Conrod Straight. This was for Super 3.
Oh my goodness.
And it ends in tears between all these guys. So we've got Jordan DeSantis goes off in a mad hurry down the straight. We've got Stenny who comes through, and then he has his own accident separately after all this. And then Rhodey comes along and only narrowly misses him after that accident beforehand, trying to get into the pits. But sorry, we've got to go back. We've got the battle for the race lead on now. Just thought I needed to show that.
The race has gone off.
That was exciting stuff, so I needed to show that from those back marker guys. But yes, the race has gone off. Higo's now back up into P3. Sorry, Higo, I'm watching a replay. Higo's still battling Cam Parrott. Cam Parrott's on the inside of Higo.
Oh, it looks like he's going to get
Corey's going to have a run here. Dane's still got the outside here, Bart, which is going to turn to the inside at the next corner. Dane's not going to back out of this. He knows he needs to stay in front of him over the top.
Yeah, big dive. Late on the brake.
And he's done it, and he's moved him out wide, and he's going to stay in front for now.
That was very good.
Well, that's happening. This is also happening. This battle is still ensuing.
Let's see if the same thing happens.
I'd say it's going to. Oh, no, Cam's backed out of it. No, Higo's gone in way too deep. I don't know where to look. I feel like the lead battle is the one to watch because Dane's driven an incredibly good race here, and Corey, he's got the pace, but he needs to get past, and Dane is not going to make that easy. He is going to fight for this. This would be his first Super 3 win if he was to take it. And Corey's actually hit the wall there at the dipper and lost a bit of time. So they've got a yellow flag up here. Unsure as to what caused the yellow flag. There's a car stopped at Jordan DeSantis has stopped at the elbow. So, and we've also had Higo have an accident. So I'm gonna get us a replay here. He's had an accident coming down the hill. mistake and off the tyres. So. Oh, and then Michael Palmer having his own lose. Nearly hits him. Wow.
Hi, Jones. That was a pretty moment
Down here, we've got the battle for the race lead on yet again. Dane's locked up and he's run wide, but he's got to hold the inside here.
Has to. Oh. You got it? Yeah, he's held it.
You can't let him have a gap down the inside there, Dane. You've got to... He'll never be able to pass you on the outside there because of the way the camber of the road is. It's just too slippery, especially on old tyres.
Did you see the approach for Corey? Chirping it in on the rear brakes.
He was in deep and he was on the rear brake. Well, that's happening. This is happening. This is for P4 and 5. Lewis Wedding, Lachlan Burke. This has been a fantastic race so far.
Oh my god. I thought he was
Yeah, it's close everywhere. I thought he was going to have a go too.
Does he just keep the pressure on and hope for a mistake? Done on the last lap,
I feel like that's what he needs to do here. Not do anything silly, and same for Dane. Not do anything silly defensive-wise. Only cover when you need to cover. Corey's got the draft, and he's got the race. We know he's got the pace, so he doesn't have to do anything silly. He only needs to lead on the last lap, but Dane's just got to defend him every single opportunity he has.
Good job.
And if he keeps doing that, he's going to stay in front because Corey keeps making mistakes every time he tries to go around the outside of him.
Oh, that's affected his run.
He's going to cover in. Not going to give Dane a big head, but this is a lot smarter defensive driving than something I've seen in the past from Dane. This is actually using his head.
Yeah, this is very good.
He's putting the car in the right spots, and you can tell that Corey's getting very agitated. He cannot find a way past, and he's making mistakes in the process of trying to make the move. This is the last lap of the race, by the way.
He's just keeping the car in the right spot every time.
Lachlan Burke had to let both Wedding and Hans
Oh,
go.
that was a huge moment.
So I'm assuming that he's made a mistake, but this is on here.
Look at this.
This is a battle
Nice
for...
tab.
Is Dane Liccardo going to win his first race in Super 2? That's the question, and I really hope so. Honestly, after the season he's had, I really hope he can hang on here. But Corey's all over him. It's going to be a mega fight.
And if he can do it, what a track to do it at.
Yeah, at the mountain. The hardest track in Australia, and also just against one of the... Like, we did not expect Corey to be able to be beaten tonight. And look, Corey's got a terrible run there. I think Dane's got this.
Half a second.
I genuinely think Dane's got this. I think Dane's going to win this. I don't think Corey's going to be able to get up to him. Lachlan Burke's run out of fuel, it looks like. So that's unfortunate for him. But, yeah, he doesn't have an answer for him at the moment. He's only got one more corner to hang on, and he's just got to make sure that he...
Oh, this is a good exit from Corey. Oh, a bit sideways.
It is a good exit. You've just got to defend. You've got to make sure that he can't have a go at you here. And you've got to make sure he gets no exit. Park the bus, drive off the corner, and Dane Liccardo wins his first race in Super 2. What a thriller. What an excellent drive. That is outstanding. That is outstanding stuff. We've had Brendan Ross run out of fuel for P3. We've got Lewis Wedding who's going to cross the line. Oh no, they're going to do a 4.56 for Ultimate 9 Racing. So that's what's happened there. That'll make a good photo. Cam Parrott brings it home in 6th position. with Michael Pollard winning Super 3 in 7th. Kai Jones in P8. RSM Latino is coming around in 9th. He's recovered from a poor start. I'm unsure what happened to him there at the start. Lachlan Burke's still rolling. It looks like he's been out of fuel most of this lap. Engine's completely off.
And he's going to get there for 10th.
He's going to get there for 10th. And he's turned it straight into the wall after the line.
That's not very nice.
What a race. I cannot give congratulations enough to Dane Liccardo. That was the smartest, most mature drive I've seen him pull off ever in Automobilista against someone who's clearly a main game driver, a main game race winner. And I'm not going to lie, I had offers from both those two to drive with me in the Bathurst, and I picked the second place guy. So
yeah,
maybe I've made an error. Rhodey's car.
For anyone out there, I believe Liccardo is now looking for a teammate for the 1,000. Driver's actually pulled out, I believe.
Well, if anyone's looking for a top-notch co-driver, there's one, and then it's Jordan DeSantis in 13th, and then we had Higginson and Hell retire. But yeah, I seriously, genuinely considered driving with Dane, and an offer came in from Corey, and I took that over Dane. But yeah, he's that's an impressive drive tonight, and anyone who drives with him at Bathurst. He kept the tyres on the car in that race. He didn't overdrive or do anything silly to cost himself the win, as we've had cameras go berserk. He didn't do anything silly to cost himself the win. He just drove level-headed and kept at it, and that won him the race, essentially.
You know, that's awesome for Dane. Yeah, congrats again. Well deserved. Drove very well then, and definitely showed he's got the talent. He's just got to, keep doing more of that, and he'll have more races.
Exactly right, and there was a lot of pressure on him then applied from Corey Macfarlane, but he delivered it all. He didn't crack under it. As I say, I feel like Corey was the one who cracked under the pressure in that race. He had plenty of opportunities to pass, but I know that Dane was putting the defence on, but he just couldn't hold the composure enough to. All he needed to do was stay there and wait for a mistake or try and put a mistake on or whatever. But he kept making errors himself, and well, that was a win for Dane.
Well, on to the next one where we double the length.
Double the length, and I believe we'll have a, as I say, I know it's going to be guys who struggled on tyres in that one are really going to struggle in this one. As I say, I have a feeling that this race is going to be limited by fuel for the competitors, but we'll find out. So I believe on those numbers as well that's Corey Macfarlane has won the Super 2 Championship. We kind of glossed over that in that one because that race was so exciting, but Corey would have done enough to claim the title now, so big congratulations to him.
Yeah, no, that's solid. Did a solid job all year and well deserved.
As for Super 3, I believe it is still up for wraps, but we'll see how it plays out with this next one, because I believe we may be having the other competitors in that championship join, but it's a hard ask for anyone to beat Rhodey now after those two unfortunately missing the first race. Well, while that's happening, qualifying starting, I'm just going to give us a short break, and we'll be back very shortly. We're back here live for Super 2 qualifying. We've got 8 minutes to go, so the drivers are just setting their first times. We've got Lachlan Horan who's joined us between races, and also Dodger. It's good to see those guys out there. I believe Lachlan Horan and Michael Pollard are doing the great race together on Saturday, so that'll be good to see. Drivers starting their first laps. That race was more incredible than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be a boring session, but it was wrong.
It did prove us wrong, and it was very exciting. It was all over the shop. It was an unexpected result, so it just shows that the mountain can deliver anything. And this next one I feel will be exciting as well, because of the added tyre wear and all the rest of it.
Yeah, you've got to love racing in the mountain.
You do. It is the best track in this part of the world by a mile. And these cars are just very suited to it. He's lowered his marker again, 4.5, so wow. That's all I have to say as well. Brendan Ross goes P2 at a 6.1. Just going to point out, Brendan Ross, he's been a guy that's, the last few rounds, definitely stepped it up in both main game and in and across other series I've seen. He's been a mid-pack guy that's now sort of ended up on the front.
He's been doing very well and improving every race, so good to see more and more start to come through and get better and better. So yeah, awesome.
It is because he's always gone into the wall. Lachlan Burt's gone up to P3. It's good to see guys that are improving, and him and Lewis Wedding, they'll be a tough team on Saturday in the race. I feel like they'll be very competitive.
Yeah, they'll be there or thereabouts. They're pretty good at strategy stuff, saving fuel and that as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they fall into the pecking order, and I think they'll be in for a good race.
Yeah, same, and I know that they finished P2 in another Bathurst race earlier this year, so P2 behind myself. So
Yep.
I know that they will be definitely a tough competitor out there. Lachlan Burks, he's gone half a second fast. I don't think anyone's going to challenge the number of Corey, but as we've seen, Corey starts have not been the best the last two races now. This and the last race in Sydney, and it's cost him the win last race, really, you could say.
Yeah, it did. He couldn't control the race, and yeah, I think tyre life would be better off trying to chase down Dane there. So we'll see what happens in this next one.
So we've actually had three people join us, so we've had Akklaimbyte now join us as well. So the Super 3 title is still alive somewhat, but obviously it's only a mathematical thing at this point, but anything can happen. As I switch to Rhodey and I see him crash in qualifying, so I hope that's not putting the commentator's curse on every time I say something like that. Rhodey pretty much has been locked up.
Yeah, that crash was pretty big.
It was pretty big. pretty keen to lock up this title. He hasn't won a championship in sim racing before, and he really wants to get his hands on the Super 3 title. And that's like fair credit to him. He's doing really well this year. He's the deserving winner of it, but yeah, he's just got to complete the job tonight.
That job is higher than that car in front of him.
Lockie Burke's
In
now
front of him at the moment.
Yeah, he literally Akklaimbyte was off the road in front of him. Canada. Lockie Burke gone into the 208s, I've noticed, and so is Dane Liccardo. So could we potentially be seeing a three-way fight for the win of this one?
With that. Dane now picks him.
He has now pipped him. So, good number there from Dana, a 5-6, so Lachlan's still on the lap.
I have time to do one more, it's just, can the tyres do it?
Yeah, that's it. Brendan Ross in P4, Higgo in P5. He's been, him and Cam Parrott, 5 and 6 have been impressive tonight.
Brakes. He's wide. 5-8. And Bruce.
Bruce, it's not enough. He's got enough time for another lap, if he can do it. Corey
Gonna go
McFarlane's
for it.
also on another lap. Dane's in the pits, he's parked it. Brendan Ross is on the lap. He's flying over the top of the hill. Locking up Burke back down.
Boys come up.
Yes, I think God's also on the lap. Got out of the way. No, he's not. That's unfortunate for him.
Dodge almost drive to bloody Kelso. Yeah.
He did.
I believe Ross might have got a track cut because of registering first and first sector.
No, it's not. So that could be potentially right there.
Finish off the lap.
That he will. So Akklaimbyte.
He did a 5.9.
Well, so he did
Counted
it.
the lap.
So 3 drivers in the 5s, 1 in the 4s. In qualifying. He goes P5. Arison Latino P7, he's improved, but he hasn't jumped up any spots. Michael Pollard's still on the lap. Clay Jones has jumped up to 10th. And he improves, but he finds a spot over Ben Hall actually, so that puts him in P8.
Well done.
Wow. The top 4, while it's a second gap back to the next 3, it's we've just seen from the last one that he's good over 1 lap, but his race consistency wasn't as good as expected. So I feel like we've got a race on our hands here, especially with such a long race.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we've got a pretty good race coming up here, especially with the longer race length, double the length, so double the tyre wear.
Yeah, exactly. And also car's going to get light out of fuel here, and it's going to definitely be very interesting. Do you happen to know the fuel burn of this place, Colin?
Not off the top of my head. It should be around 5 litres.
I'm just trying to do some arithmetic and some strategy here. See what I can see. So I'm on top of it. I like it how, in the race organiser, and I'm not on top of the strategy, but hence we, I don't know. When you don't compete in the race, you don't tend to pay attention to things about that. You don't really think about things like that. I sort of feel it from a broadcasting point of view, where you kind of don't know what the strategy is. When you're racing, you're hyper-focused on all that stuff. You've got all those numbers. You're all over it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
When you're watching here, sometimes you're flying a bit blind, even though you've got the knowledge of the track and driving it and whatnot. It's you're missing some of the crucial information that the drivers have got and their fuel burns and how their tyres handle the track and how their setups handle the track. But I hope that this is a thrilling finish to a championship.
Yeah, me too. I hope it's like the last race. It's very exciting for everyone involved.
Not a livery that we've seen much of this year. I think Sandown was its last appearance in the series.
Good livery, I like it.
Yeah, same. I like them. They're running the Nissan. I believe that's the Nissan livery from, I don't know, 2018. Yeah, thanks, Cole. But just with the different colours. Michael Pollard is running the Nissan livery on the car, so it's cool. I like it. Like a bit of a throwback to real liveries. Had him stop in the wall there. That's the end of the session. So here we are, the final race of 2021 for Automobilista Super 2.
Yeah, it's been a long year.
Hasn't. I'm pleased to see 18 car field for the final race. We started this with 32 at the same venue, so we've lost a few along the way, but it's good to see we've got to the end with still a solid number of competitors. Pretty sure all these guys did the first round as well, so.
The crowd's ready. I'm ready. You ready?
Well, on pole position yet again is Corey Macfarlane. And starting alongside him once again is Dane Liccardo for Evolution Racing Team. Lachlan Burke is back in P3 for All Australian races, and he'll be looking to have a good result after starting at the back in that last one and having strong pace. Just unfortunately running out of fuel there at the end. Brendan Ross out of 4th for Ultimate 9 Racing. Nathan Hickson, another impressive performance to qualify in the top 5. Cam Parrott was 6th. Also impressive, I believe he was 5th in the last one. RSM Latino in 7th. Michael Pollard is the Super 3 pole sitter in 8th position in that position livery I was just telling you about. Ben Hall is in P8. Clay Jones starts out of 9th. Rhodey, our Super 3 Championship champion elect at the assuming all goes well in this one, is starting out of 11th. Stenny out of 12th. Championship rival, Akklaimbyte out of 13th. Roger in P14. See those guys in this one. Hans Brunswick starts out of 15th. Once again, not elite to qualify. Akklaimbyte out of 16th position. Wedding starts out of 17th, and then rounding out our field is John Sanchez in the Xbox car. Noticing these guys are taking it pretty easy on the formation lap. Basically almost turning off the cars.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if they do make it off fuel.
I know that this is a very, very, very fuel critical race. Corey Macfarlane doesn't look to be fuel saving. Dane Liccardo does look to be fuel saving. So it's interesting. Strategy games have already started before the race has started. I personally don't believe these guys at the front anyway are going to make this on fuel. So I personally believe this is a pit stop race for everyone in the race that's a contender based on my numbers that I have in my hand. So, however, we don't know who's got the BP oil refinery in the back of the car. I know one driver who does, but he's sitting alongside me at the minute.
Yeah, some have said that I make fuel when I drive. So.
There's a number of guys definitely taking it pretty easy here.
Okay, the rough estimate is probably 5 litres a lap earlier. For me, it's probably 4.2 or something.
Corey doing a big burnout to the line. So Corey doesn't seem to be worried about fuel, but some of these other guys do. So that's just interesting. It's an interesting play in the book, I can say. When guys just clearly look like they're trying to save fuel here. Makes me excited because I don't know what's going to play out.
It's almost showtime.
We're
Good
locked
luck
and
out there,
loaded,
mate.
ready to go.
Green flag, green
We're
flag.
underway. And once again, Corey Macfarlane has not got a very good start, and Nathan Higginson's got an absolute fly. And Higo's going to go for a look on Macfarlane. So we've pretty much had a repeat of the first start. We've got Ross and Parrott side by side here in the background. Parrott's managed to get the move done. So as they come through up at the cutting for the first time, the final race of the season. Akklaimbyte's putting a lot of pressure now on Nathan Higginson. This is as well, I believe, the longest Super 2 race of the year, 100 kilometres. This will be the longest encounter that these guys have done all year to finish it off. So,
Especially leading into the weekend for some of these guys. So.
some of them don't have the experience of these longer races, so we'll help those guys. As Corey's already on the back of Dane here, so he's not messing around. Doesn't want to repeat the mistakes of the last race.
really going for it now.
He is, and Dane's already backed out of it and let him have the spot. So, oh, he's made a mistake, but he's run himself off the road, and Dane's got back past him. So once again, Corey Macfarlane has cracked under the pressure, and he can't handle it. That's phenomenal. He's been an undeniably tough competitor all year that's been impossible to beat in this series, and he's really not performed to the best of his abilities tonight, it must be said. I know he's come P2 and he's currently P2 in the race, but kind of got high expectations for him nowadays.
Dane's driving really well tonight.
Yes, I'm super impressed, but Corey's gone up there. Oh, Dane's turned in. There's been a bit of a collision there. I think Corey has now finally got that move done, but I feel like Dane's going to be revved up about that.
Just needs to stay composed now and just hit his target. Try and stay with him.
That is certainly exactly what he needs to do. Further back, Hiko is still in P3, so he's managed to hold that one. Someone said, love your work, boys. Thank you. We try our best for amateurs. I definitely prefer to be behind the steering wheel. Oh, hit the inside wall there. I mean, I've had a question, is Corey really in Super 2? Well, at the start of the season he was, he really shouldn't be now, but unfortunately with the ways in which the series rules are written, he's still in Super 2, so... I feel there'll be a number of drivers in this field that will be gaining themselves a promotion.
No.
Higo outbroke himself, and I feel like Lockie followed him, and then now Ross is trying to get past Parrott.
Bump.
A lot of wheel work there from Higginson.
I still really like the car.
The racing is electric once again. Once again, we've got these two that have come from the back, the two of the 9 cars. Competing in the 1000, I am on racing with Corey Macfarlane for Toyota Team Racing. Oh my God, that's a huge accident. And Michael Pollard's off the road, big pace. Where's Petting? I feel like that deserves a race replay here. And, oh, he's just got on the curb and...
Oh, that was so
out of control, both of them, so unbelievable. back and we've got Michael Pollard now in a battle with Steady. Akklaimbyte on the rejoin.
Oh, he's having to dive. Hit a hip and shoulder.
Ben with the sideline punches. RSM. Steady. My old man is due to the to have make a pass at Steady. Steady's been recovering from surgery, so unfortunately he's probably not going to be a starter in this year's 1000 due to that, but it'd be good to see him out there, but unfortunately he's still taking it easy. But as you can see, he was not taking it easy in that fight then. He's on light duties tonight. I don't know if that's his definition of light duties, but
Definitely wasn't a lie on the break.
oh! Did Ben Holmes just pass the Tino at Skyline?
I think Cuz let it go.
I don't know if Kai Jones is now having his own run here with Wedding coming up here after that. Camp Parrott in the battle with Brendan Ross. It's all going off again. Stenberg coming into the lane after he did some dipper. We hit the wall. Right, just made a small error. Well, Corey's fast. Dane isn't far behind him, I must say, on actual race pace here. And I flicked to this battle between 7, 8, 9, Latino and Wedding. Wedding's still recovering from that mistake earlier. Hans Brunswick in the lane. We've got Parrott in the lane too, so interesting. Cole, interesting. And Hans Brunswick's taken off. So is this the start of possible strategy in this race? P13. not a lot happening at the minute. We've had Stenny's had a big crash in front of the leaders. But he wasn't having a great one. It's all pretty mellowed out now, must be said. I'm interested to see what this brings with Hans and Cam hitting and where in which they select this.
Yeah, that's the big question. Are people going to make it? It has to be safe.
And who is doing what? Who is saving? Who's pitted? Who can make it? What is the go? What is the strategy? Because I'm excited when I'm seeing cars that have elected to pit so early on. We are on lap 7 of the race, but still, it's still early days. One of our screens is displaying the wrong lap counter. Is on that, we've got Ben Hall in a battle now with Lewis Wedding. And he's got the move done. There's Lewis, so he's jumped up a spot. Harrison Latino's now coming to the paint lane and he's done his service. So, and so's Lachlan Moran behind him. Meanwhile, Super 3, we've got Rhodey and we've got a paper with the same person just put together. Rhodey is once again sitting up, so we have some dramas somewhere. Off the picture. Dane Liccardo's coming into the lane. Dane is coming into the lane.
Here we go.
Here we go. Lap 7 of the race. So pitting right in the middle of the race here. Is anybody else joining him? Corey goes past. Lachlan goes past. Brendan Ross goes past. Lewis Wedding goes past. Ben Hall goes past. No one else has come in yet, so I'm wondering whether people are trying to make it or what the story is. Dane's rejoined the race and he's going to rejoin in P7. That just gives you an idea of how far ahead some of these leaders are. Corey's out of the race!
Oh my god.
Corey's out of the race! I'm just going to get pictures of it for everybody. I'm trying to figure out what's happening on here. Wrong button, sorry guys. And disappeared. Must have been a net dropout. He's gone. He's out of the race, so that puts Lachlan Burke into the race. And wow. Okay. Lachlan Burke now leads the race from Brendan Ross, with Lewis Wedding in third. So, who is going to win this thing? see, there is Akklaimbyte. That is a big story in this race.
That's huge. Luckily, he's got the championship wrapped up.
Otherwise, that would be championship-changing stuff. Honestly, I did not expect that, and that's just happened randomly. And everyone else continues to circulate around here and not look anywhere near the pit lane. So I'm keeping an eye on what everyone's doing, but Kai Jones is now coming into the lane out of 5th. So this race, this season, continues to deliver. And now Rhodey's coming into the lane too, so Hans Brunswick's trying to make a pass on Akklaimbyte. 8.
Hans is one of the early stoppers.
Sorry, had an issue on our second screen. I apologise for that. Yeah, Hans was one of the early stoppers. So he's still come out. He's come out 18 seconds behind Liccardo. Stop go penalty or drive through penalty for Kai Jones, so that'll be for speeding in the pit lane. So that's paid to his race. He was leading the Super 3 category before the stop, so that's pretty unfortunate for him. The question now is who does what? And they're in. So the leaders are in on lap 9. What does Wedding do? Does Wedding pit? Wedding stays out. Ken Hall, what does he do? He is coming into the pit lane. And P5 is Dane Liccardo. He's going to sweep around and he's going to take effective race lead back. Well, sorry, I forgot Wedding hasn't pitted. He's going to take, well, it is the effective race lead, considering that it looks like all of our competitors are pitting. This is a hard one to follow. Got these two fighting over the fast lane. Burke's rejoined in the lead of that battle. So who else is in the lane? We've got Akklaimbyte in the lane, we've got Pollard in the lane. Dodger in the lane too. Got DeSantis in the lane. We're having a lot of our competitors come in and pit. Rhodey has just pitted. Just seeing where Akklaimbyte is. Still in the lane, so he's going to come out way behind him.
It does look like Rhodey's still got the damage though.
Yeah, he does. He hasn't been able to repair it in the stop, so it's Wedding now leads the race, and the question now is Lewis Wedding planning to pit in this one? Because everybody else has, but he continues to stay out.
I think he'll be saving the fuel hard.
I'm assuming with all the competitors coming in that they're, you know, they've elected that it's not feasible to do this race on one tank of fuel, so therefore they've come into pit at this point at the over the halfway point of the race. But Lewis is still out there. Back in P3, we've got the battle going on here between Rangers since basically the start of the race.
Do the smart thing when he's around Lewis? That's the big question.
Akklaimbyte's coming back to the pits for some reason. Just going to keep an eye. Lewis Wedding has once again, he's gone around again and has not pitted. So he's continuing to stay out.
Last lap, 2:08.6.
Going to get a lap time number for Dane last lap. 2:08.6 versus 2:06.1. So yeah, 2.5 seconds a lap pretty much. The gap is going to be visible very shortly. Heard a car in the fence. Oh! It's Jordan Sanchez. Had a big shunt there at the top of the hill. I don't think he doesn't collect anybody when he goes. It's been an ear. Oh! Dangerous look a bit stationary. Continues to lead, but it's 3.2 seconds now.
Yeah, there'll be what, 4 to go at the end of this lap.
And there will be, if he's going to pit, he's got to pit now, really. Otherwise, it's. And he does. He will, however, have fresh tyres, so...
There goes Dane. Huge lead.
Yeah, and then these two are coming. Battle for second and third now in the race. I think Brendan Ross is just buying his time here for the last few laps. He hasn't really put any attacking moves on Lachlan at all. Hans has gone through, he's in P4, we've got P5 now Wedding. he's been passed by Cam Parrott, and yeah, he's going to come out into P6.
Yeah. Quick stop.
So that would have been about 30 odd litres of fuel on board.
Roughly do that.
Just a tyre change and fuel, but yeah. Dane Liccardo now, 11-second lead. It's, what more can I say? It's disappointing Corey's out of this one, but it's been an impressive drive from him tonight. Did not expect to see this, did not expect to see anyone beat Corey Macfarlane, but it's happened.
Happened twice.
Yeah, well, he's found misfortune and this one, unfortunately for him. Dane's just negotiating with Dodger, which these guys will be coming up to very shortly. Got out of the way pretty quick. No battles on track to speak of at the minute. I feel like it's just a bit of a waiting game, seeing if something
It
happens.
looks like Kai Jones will be there.
As Lachlan Moran is down the escape road, so I'll get you some answers to both of those things. Kai Jones was leading Super 3, so try and find out what's happened to him. Right, we'll have a look at the replay of the Kai Jones incident. So he's come into turn 1. He's had a lose. He's put the thing in the fence and engine still seems to be running, but he's elected to call it quits there, so it's unfortunate. That'll wait for Mark Pollard to lead three now. So from Rhodey and Dodger. Oh, I'm going to say that, and Pollard's had a lose in a straight line. Got Wedding is closing in on Cam Parrott for P5. Impressive driving from Cam tonight.
Very well tonight. Teaming up with Aiden Sykes for the big one on Saturday.
Oh, he's with Aiden Sykes, is he? So those two have found each other to drive, but that's really cool.
Yeah, so it should be
Oh, contact! Big contact!
save it.
Oh, that's my computer having a spaz. Sorry guys, I've lost the incident there. But he's let him back through, so I feel like he may have redressed that. I would just get a replay of that. Yeah, so not sure what's happened there, but Cam Parrott's got out of the gas there and he's let him take the spot back. And Lewis did manage to save it. would be interesting to note, I feel like Dane Liccardo, for his drive tonight, he would have solidified and claimed P3 and the points in this series. Actually, we've kind of missed that note. He's in a battle with Lachlan Burke and Lewis Wedding for P3 and the points, and I feel like he will have secured that.
I feel like he has with the 2 wins. If he wins this race.
Maybe even got close to Hans in P2. I'd have to look at the numbers after the race, but Hans has not had the greatest of nights. He's in P4 at the minute, but there's big points gaps in these ones. Today now, he's absolutely dominated this race. The only one tonight that's even looked like taking it to Corey Macfarlane on outright pace, and while Lachlan Burke is catching him, it doesn't matter because he's so far behind. He's just shattered him. Michael Pollard is off the road again. So, sorry, I'm just flicking for that. He's at a risk of losing the lead into 3 if he keeps making mistakes. This is the final lap, but I do believe.
Well, here he comes.
Dane Liccardo is going to cross the line. And he is absolutely going to clean sweep tonight. 2 race wins after what has been a great season from him, with some hiccups along the way, but he also secures a top 3 spot in the championship. And Lachlan Burke's got P2, and Brendan Ross has rounded out the podium. Hans Brunswick's going to come home and bring home a solid P4. Bolton 9, starting all the way back to 15. Lewis Wedding, who started alongside him in 16, is going to come back home in 5th position after what has been an eventful race. He's been off the road at the Chase high speed and had a monumental save. Cam Parrott brings it in P6. With Ben Hall, that's an impressive drive. Quiet one there in P7. Cuz is going to bring it home in P8. Solid result for him. Michael Pollard in P9, who's the leader in Super 3, and he is going to come home and bring another race win for him in the Super 3 series. Hasn't taken one since the opening rounds of the season, but he's back to do it again. And Rhodey is in P10. He's the last car on the lead lap, and I believe on my numbers that this will be enough to secure him the Super 3 championship.
Yeah, well done to Rhodey there.
Yeah, it's been a solid season. He hasn't put many foot wrong. It hasn't been a good night for him tonight, but he is in a position where he really just needed to circulate and make points, and he's done that. He's going to bring it around the last corner, and he's done it. He's finished the race in P10. He's the top 10 in Super 2 and also P2 in Super 3 and the championship win. Dodger brings it home in 11th, so he's P3 on the podium in Super 3, and then Lachlan Haran, Akklaimbyte, Jordan DeSantis in P14, 3 laps down on the leaders, and Kai Jones, Corey Macfarlane, Peter Stenberg, and Nathan Higginson are a DNS who missed Higo's DNF. I'm not sure what happened to him, but it must have been early on. I know he had that little drama. But wow, Cole, that was a night of racing.
Yeah, can't believe the Season's done.
I know, it hasn't seemed like, it seems only like yesterday we were at Mount Panorama in February, but we were at Mount Panorama in December and the season's over. I'm surprised at the results tonight. Obviously, you never go in with a form guide to these things. You never know what can happen in racing, but you kind of, you know, you look at the practice times and how everyone's form, and you assume that certain people are going to win races, and they don't. So, cannot give credit enough to Dane Liccardo. He absolutely dominated tonight. He's put his mark on this track, and honestly, he's a competitor on Saturday's race in the actual 1000, assuming he has a decent co-driver.
Yeah, I mean, his race pace was very, very good.
It was good. He was constantly in the 206s, and while Corey was slightly faster, he wasn't able to get him in the first one, and then the second one had some technical dramas. So as I will air that on public air, why not? I've had some comedy. I've had Corey Macfarlane message me and say, you might want to drive with Dane. So I'm not sure what I read into that, but yeah, that's an interesting message to receive. So just waiting to see if anyone is going to join us for a chat. Nobody has elected to jump in and join us as of yet. Wouldn't mind talking to the champions and the race winner. And Dane has now jumped in, so we'll drag him up. Dane, mate, 2 race wins.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominated that second one, and then the first race you held on there after getting a very good start. How are you feeling? I know you've been aiming to win a Super 2 race all season, and it's finally all come together, and there's no controversy about this one.
Will I get to keep this one?
Yeah, you get to keep this one, mate. You get to keep both of these.
Nice. Yeah, no, it was a good. I actually thoroughly enjoyed racing against Corey tonight. Unfortunate what happened in the second race, but I thought if he hadn't have DNF'd, he would have kicked my ass in that second race. There was no way I was going to win it. But yeah, what a track to do it at, and what a way to do it.
Exactly right, mate. Right at the end of the season, you stomped your name on the winner's trophy. Tell us about the defending in that first one. We were commenting on about how you were just putting the car in the right spots. You were driving it very straight, and Corey seemed to be the one that you had flustered. He didn't seem to be able to know how to get around you and was making mistakes.
Well, I knew if he passed me before we go over the mountain, I was completely screwed. So I just kind of parked it so he wouldn't get past, and then yeah, I knew I could get the better exit than him off the elbow. So yeah, it was just a matter of keeping him behind before we got to the top, and then he'd catch down straight, and then yeah.
Yeah, you definitely you did that very well. You gave him the outside there at Griffins, and you can't really pass him on the outside there unless you got an incredible run. So
yeah, there's a little bit of PTSD from the 500 at the start of the year. I'll give it that.
Oh well, mate, you've improved tons since then. So absolutely credit to you. And yeah, the second one, obviously Corey with the unfortunate incident, but still, mate, you started from P2 and you dominated the race, is all that can be said. You did not look to be challenged there after the second half.
Yeah, thanks for that. I've still got to find a co-driver for the 1000 now. Mine just dipped on me again.
Well, I just had mine message me and tell me to drive with you, Dane. So I don't know about that, but
Well, we'll see.
We'll have a chat about that off air.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Alrighty.
come on, mate.
But well
Yeah,
done,
thank
mate.
you.
Well done on your
Thank
2
you,
race
mate.
wins. And also, I believe that you've secured 3rd in the championship, but we need to go back and have a look at the points. So, congratulations on that as well.
Anywhere other than last, and I'm happy.
Well, good stuff,
Alrighty,
mate.
boys.
We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
the
next
night.
year.
See you, mate.
Well, who else do we talk to? I've got Lachlan Burke, got Hans Brunswick. I'll talk to Lachlan first. Lachlan, mate, Pete, you started from last in the first one, and then P2 in that second one after a race-long battle with Ben and Ross. How'd you find it out there?
Difficult actually. First race, it was going good until I had a smooth brain moment and forgot to give myself enough fuel to get to the end. And then in the second race, I was just stuck battling Rossi the whole race. So yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty. It was while you were in a battle the whole race, so it looked pretty calm and collected compared to some of the battles that we saw out there tonight, and so you did well to pull away there at the end and get the win. But yeah, so it was running out of fuel in the first one. You ran out there. Whereabouts did you run out? Because I saw you managed to roll across the line there. But tell us where you actually ran out.
I've actually ran out of fuel coming into the chase, so the right-hand kink. I clutched it all the way down the hill and then gave it one last boot to get out of the way of Latino to get over to the left, and I just had to clutch it the whole way.
Well, mate, that's an incredible effort to finish the race at all, because I saw that you were taking it pretty easy on Mountain Straight to begin with. So, but congratulations on your results tonight, P2 and P10, and yeah, good luck next year. It's all over.
Thank you, and thank you to you and Cole for putting on.
No worries. Well, I'm going to drag up Rhodey and have a chat to him, assuming he's a championship winner. Well, Rhodey, mate, you're in the walls tonight. All over the shop. Your car spent more race with the bonnet off of it than on it, but somehow after all that, you've managed to come through and win the championship for Super 3.
Yeah, I was actually just doing the math in my head, and I had to make sure I was going to run, and I wasn't sure whether. It's a shame that Akklaimbyte can only make the second race. No, I was just about to say to Jordan, I'm 2 for 0 in AFC for doing spectacular crashes and not dying. After last year's pirouette down Conrod, the front flip off of the chase. That's probably a little better. You don't really front flip a supercar too often, but. No, I'm really lucky the car didn't die there, because boy was I ready to throw the towel in. But no, it's been a really good season. I'm really happy to have been here. Competition has been maybe a little light at some aspects, but it's been really good social racing. When I've ended up alongside people, I haven't felt like I'm at risk of getting run off the track as if I were at, say, a high level tier series, and that is an advantage. But no, really enjoyed the season.
That's good, mate. That's what we're all here for, to all enjoy it. And I'm glad that that's the case, and I'm glad that that's your reports from out on the track. And yeah, it has been a good season. We've seen some interesting moments, some good side-by-side racing. And you're right, Super 3 was a bit light on competition, but it's good to see some of those guys back tonight. And yeah, it's good that you've managed to come through and get the win for just some consistency over the whole season.
Yeah, that was it. I was just looking back through the results, and I think I took too many class wins, just simply based on guys that have dropped in and dropped out, and it's rewarding consistency, and we don't quite see enough of that, I feel, in modern racing. And you sort of get that with sort of I suppose NASCAR chase doesn't help. Actually, it kind of helps. But yeah, you don't see a lot of reward for consistency. It's always about being the quickest driver, even if you have a couple of blues. So, look, it's
right,
yeah,
mate. That is exactly right. And I feel like the Supercars point system has always been one that sort of rewards consistency based, other than other motorsport series that don't seem to. So, and yeah, it's rewarded you, and you've picked up the chocolates. I mean, yeah, what can I say?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not sure what next season looks like yet. I'm surprised you and I lasted a year. To be honest, it was one of those real sort of meme efforts that just kept going. So, yeah, we'll see if we're back next year. If U9R is back, then I'll be back again. It'd be good to run another pink and green Falcon. But yeah. Oh, the only other thing is, I suppose Bathurst. Yeah, if I know I had the hashtag Rhodium thing last year, and if it's permissible, I'll come back and have a crack at it again.
So you're looking to have a go at it as a solo, mate? And well, both the admins are here, and I feel like, it'd be pretty cruel of us to say no.
It's accepted, mate. If you want to do the whole 106, well, however many laps you get to, then yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
So there you go. Rhodey's gonna race there. He's won the Super 3 and he's gonna turn up and he's gonna do the whole 161 laps. So credit to him, and thanks for coming, mate, and thanks for enjoying the season, and I hope you enjoy Saturday, and I hope we see you again next year.
Thanks. You too, guys. You've done a great job with this season. I know it's been a bit topsy-turvy with the real-life calendar doing what it's doing, but you guys have done the best with what you're given.
Thanks, mate. We've tried our hardest, so thanks for appreciating it.
No dramas.
Well, I don't want to do too many interviews, but our championship winner's down there, so I'm going to have a chat with him, and then I think I'm going to call it, because I don't want to sit here and talk to people all night. Corey, mate, not the night you would have expected based on your pace, but congratulations on being our 2021 Super 2 champion.
Yeah, thank you. Bit of a weird night, but well.
Well, mate, you needed 11th in one of the races to secure it, and then that's all you needed, and you win one race in a DNF, and that was enough. So, yeah, I mean, for your own sake, it's probably luckier it happened in the second one, but yeah, how did you find the night? You had a good battle there with Dane Liccardo in the first one after a poor start. How was that?
Yeah, look, it was good to be back racing again and going side by side and battling with Dane was good fun. And then yeah, qualifying I had a fair bit of pace in that. Car felt alright. And then in the first race I decided tyre pressure was way too low. Balls the start again. And yeah, that was about it. And then in the second one, I think I went probably a bit too high on tyre pressures. I was gambling on getting a bit of a better start and being able to stay in front of Dane, but I knew as soon as he got in front I was going to have a real go and try and get past early on, but it didn't work out at the chase. Bit of a talent failure.
Yeah, definitely. We saw that. You went in a bit deep there and handed the spot straight back to him. But mate, still solid season and solid result in the first one. Your starts have been your weakness, and it's been pretty much your only weakness of the last few rounds. So yeah, congratulations on the championship. And while we're talking though, what did happen in that second one? We saw that you left the game. I'm assuming game crash.
No, I just cracked it. I'm kidding. Yeah, I had a runtime error thing, so I had nothing I could do about it. Just shut straight out of the game, and I've never had it before while driving. It's usually if I just try and exit back to the pits or something like that. But yeah, it was a bit of a surprise and not exactly looking good for you, considering we have to drive together in about a week.
Yeah, that's a bit of a worry, and I'll be having conversations with you to try and sort that one out, because that's not what I want to hear. But well, hopefully we can iron those gremlins out. But other than that, well done on the season. And it being your first season in Automobilista, I am going to ask you, how'd you find it out there?
Yeah, it was not what I was expecting at all. Racing was amazing, and the car sounds as well. Just the sound of the cars is definitely what sold it to me when I was looking at getting into AMS. But yeah, the series was absolutely amazing. Loved every second of it. And yeah, the way you can race other people, being able to push other people, definitely makes it a lot better. But yeah, that was good fun.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, mate. And as I say, you came in, you beat a lot of season contenders this season, so congratulations for that. And I look forward to driving with you on Saturday, assuming that we can fix your issues. And I look forward to seeing you again next year in the main game, mate.
Yeah, nah. Looking forward to being in the main game. Hopefully, racing with you and Colin, and maybe McMillan if he comes back. Yeah, a few others as well. Rhodey. Be good.
No worries, mate. And congrats, and we'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, cheers. See you later.
See ya, mate.
Well, mate, that's the season. That's 2021. That's done. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good year. It was up and down, and like what Rhodey said, trying to run a calendar to supercars with COVID still happening was difficult and stressful, but got there in the end, and just one more to go this weekend.
Yeah, that's it. The one big one to go. And yeah, we had so many stresses with the calendar and with attendances and with things to work out and whatnot, but we've tried to weasel our way through it. Hopefully, cross fingers, 2021's looking a lot better for being able to predict things and being able to put things on. So hopefully next year we've got a lot clearer picture and we're not dealing with this jagged calendar. But I got to give a super big thanks to every single person who's turned up and, you know, raced and dealt with the changes of dates and put them into their calendars and put the effort to come and turn up.
Yeah, for sure. Again, yeah, thanks to everyone. It's been really enjoyable to be behind the mic again, and you know, sometimes you forget to speak because you're too busy watching the race, and that's just the racer in us. And yeah, look forward to doing it again next year.
Exactly
And,
right.
yeah.
I feel this job is more stressful than actually driving because I've got to look at every single car. I've got to see what everybody else is doing. When you're driving, you're only focused on the battle that you're in, not anybody else. So you got to focus on everything, and you got to speak while you're doing all this. It's a lot to do, but I like it and I love doing it, and it's enjoyable when you get to see good racing like tonight. So yeah, it's been good, and I genuinely hope as well that anybody who is watching that isn't signed up for the 1000 that wants to have a crack, that they go and do that, because as I say, that is going to be an incredible event. It's one not to be missed. It is an absolute highlight on the AMS calendar. It is probably it is the biggest event in Automobilista of the season by far in any league. So it's definitely one to be a part of.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been lucky enough to win it. So have you, and yeah, hopefully it'll be a good race and a good show for everyone. And yeah, I'm pumped, I'm ready to go.
So am I, mate. I'm
on.
pumped and ready to go, and it's been an incredible race the last 2 years. It's been both have been absolute classics. So I'm lucky enough to get the first one. You got the second one. Who's going to claim the third one? Will it be somebody different? Doesn't bother me, but I know the racer in me wants to win it. The admin wants to see somebody else win. It's a difficult place to be in.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, on that note, we'll leave everyone with it, and we'll see you in the new year. I wish everybody a good Christmas and New Year, and yeah, I hope everyone tunes in over the weekend for what's set to be an incredible event. So, signing off for the last time in 2021, I've been Kurt Stenberg, and my good mate Cole here has joined me.
Cole, yep.
Yep, that's your name.
Yep, that's it.
And that's been Super 2. Congratulations to our champions, Corey Macfarlane and Benjamin Rhodes, and goodbye for now.